Welcome to episode 14 of the Training Partners Podcast. Today we're going to go a different route. We're going to lean into politics, and I'm going to have a monologue to start this episode.
Excellent.
First and foremost, all jokes and comedians are canceled. We have found the cure for autism and the cause of autism.
Yep.
And the rapture happened yesterday, because today is September 24th.
Yes, today's the 24th, and lots of people are missing.
Yes, so to all the people that were raptured yesterday, you're not hearing this, but I miss you.
I don't.
I haven't noticed anybody gone.
If they got raptured, probably don't miss them.
I said this yesterday. We were at the track. Normal Christians are great.
God.
It's the crazy ones that thought the actual rapture was happening.
I think that's any religion. Correct. Not to at Christians. Fuck. Well, comedy really is canceled, so like we're fucked. But I guess we're not big enough to where it doesn't matter.
That's true.
And no one's gonna try to do anything about it. But yeah, no one missing. I haven't seen anybody. Your mom's still here.
And I was nervous. I called her, checked in on her, told her if I don't see you again.
Was she thinking that it was going to happen?
She was not.
Oh, okay. All right.
She was not.
Damn.
But she's a great Christian, so
you figured if it's happening, it's her. Yeah.
She's gone.
Okay. Well, we'll look harder to see if anybody's missing.
Yeah, we'll check.
But so far, everyone accounted for. No missing persons.
My monologue's over.
This is like the 5th rapture of our lifetime. That I know about. There's probably more.
Hopefully no more.
Hopefully this was it.
That was it. Can we
watch it be like 2 people are missing? Like the rest of us just suck.
that actually, if it actually did happen, but everyone is just so screwed that no one was taken.
Yep. Well, I mean, the more people that are around, the more people that can buy the dip. Right? So
the owning brand of Tylenol is Kenvue, is that correct?
I don't know. I think
starts
you know
with
more.
K. This is the 24th. When this comes out, you should be selling. So you should buy today.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Stock is crashing.
Yeah. So by the time you listen to this, don't listen to what we have to say. Maybe we could say that about all the things.
You can see if we were correct. If the
let's
stock
be a good experiment.
did go back up.
Yeah. It will.
Yeah.
It will.
I want to know. I want the app where you can see the politicians where they purchase.
You can get that. Oh yeah, you can do the Nancy Pelosi one.
Yeah, I should get that one and see if she's buying.
She's undefeated.
Dude, she's so good.
Yeah, we should actually look at that and see if she's buying this dip. But welcome back.
Glad to be back.
Chris, you weren't on Taylor's podcast last episode.
It's been a while since you and I have done this.
Yeah, she couldn't be available today for whatever reason, so we had to step up.
Yeah, thank you for filling in for her.
Of course, man.
Big shoes to fill.
I'm here to do that. Just behind every great woman, there's a average to above average man. So
hold on. So behind every woman, there's never a below average man? Never. Oh, wait a minute. Before you answer that, my theory is if the man is actually below average, he's standing in front of her because his ego and narcissism is forcing him to be in front, but in reality, he's just a below average man.
The loudest people typically do that.
I'm pretty loud.
Sarah? Sarah doesn't watch this, though.
She does
not listen to this. It doesn't matter.
I think she's listened to one or two.
Really?
Yeah.
With the ones without you on it? Or
no, the ones with me, because she's giving me feedback.
Oh, okay. That's great. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you to all of our listeners, as always. We actually have 2 great questions we hope to get to.
We have this is a serious topic today that we're going to discuss.
In case it's not clear, this is a rant episode.
But we have
to our listeners. But I think one of the questions is a great topic, which is why we decided, we had already kind of had this conversation, and we're gonna bring it back because we thought it was a good one. And then the other one is a very not serious thing, but maybe might stimulate some thought and we'll get to walk through these rankings again, and I think that'll be interesting. And then thank you to Brian Lee, who sat in this very room with me, who apparently listens and watches the podcast. We sat here, I think, for 45-ish minutes yesterday during office hours, just talking about non-weightlifting things.
It's great.
Brian's doing great.
I'm so glad he's back on site.
Yeah, it's really, really nice as he gets to begin to transition into civilian life. So that's incredible. I have one other non-topic before rankings about something I learned. Do you want to hear about something I learned?
Yeah, you want to like see if I can guess it, if I already knew it, or do you just I can't read from here, or do you want to just like say it?
I guess try and guess it. You'll never guess it.
Do I get hints, or I'm just like literally no clue, just something that you'll
just never go with a no clue. Like just think about what could I possibly like see if you can get in the range.
Okay, something that can you tell me when you learned it?
I learned it last night.
Last night.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know.
Okay.
That Hurley's parents aren't as good of parents as we thought they were.
I didn't learn that. Actually, I didn't learn that until this morning.
That was this morning.
Technically. I asked last night, and I didn't learn it till this morning. Aaron, Harley's never seen Hook. Among other things. Among many, many other things. But I can't imagine. Like, I get it. I get it's before her time, and I get it's after your time. But it's just like, you watch Hook. You just do it. If kid, watch Hook. That's the mathematical formula.
Yeah, there needs to be like a list of movies that by a certain age you have to have watched. If not, you take Tylenol. I don't know. Okay, so that was not
what I learned. I learned that this morning.
Okay, one last guess. Okay, you learned that. Ooh, got it. There are companies who are selling water fountains who are trying to cut into our revenue.
No, I did learn that yesterday. It was not last night. It was yesterday So anybody who runs a business, maybe you have this, definitely happens in gyms. Comment or let us know if there's an endless spamming of like calls, emails, and physical like drop-ins of trying to just steal money from you, basically for things you don't need. Like, I guess that's all things, like all products in life, except for food. Like trying to convince you to buy shit you don't need. But yeah, the gentleman who tried to come in here to make us pay for his water machine that would have built-in electrolytes in it, that we could then no longer sell electrolytes to our customers at. Which I'm sorry, I am making money off the electrolytes. I am.
And then we would have to purchase those electrolytes.
Very little money is being made, to be clear.
Right. Pennies.
Like cents on the electrolytes, but
it would switch from us making a very small revenue to us having to spend money.
We would be losing money now in order to do that.
Pay for those
because I would be
electrolytes.
paying Rob's company to
Are you allowed to put no soliciting signs on businesses?
I think you can. Yeah, we should probably do that. Yeah. I have one at the house, and it doesn't always work, especially if it's a religious visitor. Mm. They don't consider that solicitation.
Then what is it?
The good word. I don't know. I know that.
Well, hold on. Mm-hmm. That shouldn't be an issue anymore. If those people didn't get raptured.
I don't know if the Jehovah's believe in that, because it's always them. It's always the Jehovah's. I don't know if they believe in rapture, but I'll find out.
Like, I don't want to knock religions at all. I really don't. But like, you think you get your own planet? That's
Mormons.
Damn, that is Mormon.
And by the way, great afterlife package. So listen. If you're going in, I'm going for the best afterlife package, and that's the most rewarding one, right?
I can't think of it. You literally get your own planet.
Which other one are you the god of your own planet on? Like, there's no other one. Like the extreme Islam, they've got the virgins and everything. Like, that's fleeting.
Yeah.
But god of your own planet.
That's pretty
cool. Like all the people you marry gotta live there. That's
what. It just depends on like what planet. Am I getting Pluto? That's not even a planet anymore.
I think you get like a new. I don't know. It's not clear in the text.
Have you seen Book of Mormon?
I haven't. I really want to.
So
I'm
funny.
putting it because I know you can watch it. I'm putting it off till I can go see it in person.
It was just in town a couple weeks ago.
Well, damn it, Chris.
Sorry.
Okay, I learned. I was watching. So. Up the Reds. Let's go Liverpool.
Oh, let's go.
Big Liverpool fan. I was watching the recap of the Liverpool match last night. And I also watched over the weekend, Liverpool played in the Merseyside Derby, which is like, there's two teams in Liverpool. There's Everton, like the two big Premier League clubs, Everton and Liverpool. And like, they've been going at it forever. So it's a really exciting match to watch. And like, what I love European football tradition and culture, like not necessarily the the violence, like in the street hooligan part, but like the songs and the exuberance and the supporting, like in Anfield, like everybody's standing the whole match, like the entire time. It's like, you don't sit down, sort of thing. So love all that, and I'm watching. I'm like, it would be really great to go and see a match sometime. So that is what I looked up last night. I was like, okay, like I want to go look about getting tickets. I don't know when I'll get to go, but just start looking into the process. And if anybody knows this better than me, because it is a little complex, forgive me for getting details incorrect if I do. But essentially, one cannot simply buy tickets for a Liverpool home match. Okay, you have to join a club, and I believe you have to pay a membership to be in that club. And it's essentially a way of them tracking like the matches that you're eligible for or that you've gone to, because one can also not simply go to the most exciting matches. I saw that like Man City's coming to Anfield to play in February. I was like, oh man, that'd be huge.
That's the one. Yeah, go to one.
Those are the ones, right? Like if I'm going to go all that way, like I want to see an exciting one. Nope, can't do it.
You have to like earn your way to do that.
If you are going to be at the biggest matches of the year, you have to have earned the right.
That's amazing.
To be there. And I love it. It looked like there was like a 4-match minimum from the previous Premier League season. So you had to have gone to, it looks like, at least 4 matches. And even to qualify for one, it looks like you had to go to like a Champions League with like a lower table. Like basically, if you can't wait this out and show up and be a fan and be a supporter, like even when they're not playing somebody exciting, you don't get to come. And my other favorite part about that is like it prioritizes local supporters. Because it looks like they got earlier access like through this registration process, and it kind of keeps the tickets are not cheap, but like kind of price controls a little bit. So there's an accessibility piece, but I love that. I love that it's not just, I'm the richest person. Like I'm Matthew McConaughey. Sorry, Matthew. Sorry, I pick on you, but like,
I like that you looked at the camera like he's
he literally gets on a jet and goes from like the Texas Longhorn game to whatever next pro game he wants to watch that day, because he's absurdly wealthy at this point and has, field side access, which he's a alum, so that's fine. But I love that you couldn't just do that. It's like, no, you have to be a real fan if you want to sit in these stands. And I think that's how it should be. Because like, just think about the Panthers games, how expensive the tickets are for a team that don't need more than 2 hands to count the wins over the last 2 years.
Do you need 2 hands?
You do need 2 hands. It's close.
How many games, counting this season, so the one this season?
No, I'm counting the previous 2 seasons.
How many games did they win?
I don't believe you need more. I don't believe you need more than 10.
I thought it was like 2 and 3.
I could be wrong. No, they started coming up at the end of last season. So like, yeah. But the tickets for even, go ahead, figure it out. The tickets for even the highest level Panthers games are like, they're just price gouging. People are reselling. It's very, very difficult. We've been lucky to be able to go to some games, and I'm not complaining about any of that.
What's annoying about it is that they had a losing record last year, and they still raised the prices.
And they raised prices, yeah. Well, not just last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, they won 5 last year. Okay.
So I think season before that was 3.
I think
it was 2 or 3.
5, and then the year before that was 2.
2. So yeah,
at 7.
So I don't need all of my 2 hands to count the number of wins. And there are how many games in a season? If I remember right, it's 17 now. Okay. So and those prices are high. And then the other part of that is like people just buy tickets and then they don't go. And so that you have people that are, so I want people, it needs to be cheaper and accessible, but fucking people should be there and actually watching the game, whether they're 5 and 12 or not.
With this system, does it track if you actually go to?
Yes.
That's
you
amazing.
have to actually attend.
Okay.
So you can transfer tickets if like you have the eligibility and access to it.
Yeah.
But it tracks like, hey,
it's
are
like,
you the
didn't
person?
go.
Like you didn't go, you don't get credit. So that's what I learned.
This can work because like in the musical world, Sarah and I have season tickets.
Okay.
And there are 2 different structures. One of the structures is the longer you've been continuously buying season tickets, you get access earlier to better seats. And so like we've worked our way up and we have better seats now. So it can work. I do think someone who is an owner of a football team who is so focused on just making more money would be willing to risk like, hey, I'm going to make less money because I'm going to have a better fan group.
No.
Not one?
No.
That sucks.
Yeah, they don't. Man, it's just a business, and it's funny. Do you know? All right. Do you know who owns Liverpool FC?
Ooh, okay. I bet it's a trick question. Is it kind of like a Green Bay Packers situation where like the town owns it?
No, but like reading all this about the tickets and like how you access it, and knowing the history of like how attached the city of Liverpool is to this club, like you might think that, but no, that's not who owns it.
Is it a wealthy individual? I mean, I assume they
I
are,
mean,
but like
it's anchored by a wealthy individual, but it's the Fenway Sports Group who owns the Boston Red Sox, among other things. Yeah. So that's an American sports conglomerate that still respects the way that these tickets are being distributed in honor to people. So it can be done. This is arguably the most successful. It's one of the, for sure, top 3 most successful sports groups in the world. No question about that, based on the assets that they have.
that just like proves like a huge negative in our society in the U.S. because like we get the Falcons, they have fan friendly pricing. It's like this big deal that this one major league team has fair pricing instead of charging you $15 for a shitty hot dog. And then you have, I believe it's the Tennessee Titans. They're the only ones who are building a new stadium where they're not asking for taxpayers. The actual billionaire owner is paying for this facility. It's like, that's just the way it should be.
It's a pretty crazy scam where billionaires get to take hundreds of millions of dollars of taxpayer money.
Yeah.
So that they can profit more. The argument is that they're pouring into the economy and all that kind of stuff, but you can even read reports where some of that's validated, but
I don't know. I feel like, not to make it too political again, but like the older I get, the more I agree with like there should be a cap on what you can make. Because like at the end, that could go back to your community and society and make everyone's life better. Like how many billions do you actually need?
Yep. Pre-Reagan, there used to be. So.
Let's take us back.
Greatest president ever, though. Yeah. Anyway. So thank you for enduring what I learned. I thought it was fascinating. Like, we don't have that problem in weightlifting where we have to ensure that people are weightlifting fans to buy tickets. We're just trying to get people to come watch weightlifting or Hyrox. I don't know. What are the crowds like at a Hyrox?
There's been some controversy. So the first few events I did, if you were a competitor, you got access all weekend to be a spectator.
Okay.
That has since changed. You only get access on your race day now.
Huh.
So there's some ways around it. On Thursday or Friday before the weekend events start, there is a short time to do early registration or check-in, and you get your wristband. And like once you have your wristband, you're fine. But now they've started where outside of that, you can't register until your day of race. So you don't have that band to get into the facility. And so you have to buy a spectator's pass for every day that's not your race day.
What do you think is driving that? Do you think that there's really that many more? So if there's a lot of spectators, so that means there's demand and there's not as much supply, right?
Yep.
Like, because only physically so many people can fit in there. Then you do have to start charging, because then you have to prioritize. It's like, okay, well, people won't show up if it's free and just hang out.
Yep.
Like, they'll have to pay something, right? Do you feel like that there's so many people attending and spectating at a Hyrox that they needed to do this?
It's hard to say because it does feel crowded. Like in the evenings, like in the mornings when you first get there's no one there. Like it's just when the race starts, their friends are there. There's not people just hanging around.
Just like weightlifting.
Just like weightlifting. Yeah. But when you think about it, you have 9,000 competitors, 15,000 competitors, depending on the venue. Like in a convention center, there's not space for that many people.
It's a lot of athletes.
So you have the whole 1 kilometer loop. I guess it's half of that because it's usually 2 laps, like a 500-meter loop, and then all the stations on the inside, and then the vendors and such. So there's taking up a lot of space. There's not a ton of space.
Have they increased registration prices at all?
Yes. So like from my point of view as someone who is an ambassador and runs an affiliate, I've seen our access decrease. Ticket price has gone up. And from the ambassador side, we used to get unlimited entry races for free. Now you only get 1 per season.
Okay.
Affiliates, we used to get unlimited entries for free. We now only get 1 per season.
Okay.
No, I lied. I take that back. I think we get 0 now. I think I had to use my ambassador. I used my ambassador to get in. We only get, that's right, we do not get a free entry. We just get discount, which the discount has decreased. The percentage has decreased. The amount
So the amount went up and the percentage decreased.
Correct. And the amount we pay is a very small amount went up.
So that's what I was getting at. Like, you know, inflation is still high. If you, not an economist or an expert in the stock market or anything like that, but you know, recently the stock market's been doing very well. If you have 401k, I looked at my 401k, I was like, oh, that's nice. You know, that's cool and all that. But
It just doesn't go as far.
Well, that's the flip side of that. It the amount that it increased, essentially the SP 500 matches the devaluation of the dollar. It's basically 1 for 1. So you need the amount of dollars you have increased, but you now need that many more dollars.
Correct.
Also, so it wasn't an actual increase in wealth. It was just that numbers went up.
Yeah.
So all that to say, you know, that's kind of, our economy is still in a weird spot. You never know what something's worth any day. Groceries are still high. So I can understand like the cost of a venue is very likely going up, not to just dunk on Hyrox, you know, maybe that their costs are increasing.
I don't think it's dunking. I think it's also like you can argue supply and demand. Every single one of their events are selling out.
So you can charge more.
So you can charge more. That's what
business.
you should do.
So I was trying to see if they hadn't raised all those prices, you know, is it justifiable to start basically charging, you know, spectator fees like that?
Yeah. I don't know what the spectator fee is, but now it does suck for a competitor. You're paying 170 some bucks, and then you're having to also pay for your entry fee to go watch your friends. Because like for Chicago, I believe we have 17 people going, and we're all going to be there all weekend, and we want to watch everybody. So like we're having to pay for our race, and then also the spectator passes the other 2 days because it's a 3-day event.
And is it like a vendor exclusive food, drink, stuff like that?
Yeah,
like
you can't bring
anything in, right?
You
could probably bring like race stuff.
correct. Yeah, you can't bring in like a bag of Chipotle or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. I was just curious. You know, I would imagine the spectators are almost exclusively from race attendees or the family of it.
Correct.
So even though the number goes up, like you're basically saying in the morning no one's there because no one's raced yet, right?
Correct.
And so like it's just family members. Then after that, you know, the more people are done with the race, the more people are hanging out and watching all that kind of. So that tells me that people aren't beating down the doors to pay tickets to go watch.
No, it's not. The only race that's really getting watched, I would say, is like the Elite 15.
Right.
But then again, it's probably the same people. The people that are in town to race want to watch the best in what they compete in.
Yeah. So I guess my caution to Hyroxers is like keep an eye on that and keep Hyrox accountable.
Yeah.
Because they haven't people are doing it, more and more people. There's a lot of interest in it, but they're really just putting more costs on you to do it.
Correct.
Instead of trying to monetize it through other ways of charging a spectator or whoever it might be to do it. So do you want to, since we're on the Hyrox topic, I wanted to continue to go this place because you went on sort of vacation recently.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought this up. I was curious if you're going to let me get this rant out.
No, talk about it. Because I think it's important to keep companies accountable and whatnot. So this is why we're going down this Hyrox rabbit hole, and it's something we learned from CrossFit, and we're going to talk about both here in a second. But so yeah, you went and you looked up during your visit to Nashville.
Yep.
Other Hyrox affiliates like us, so that you could keep your training up, right?
Yep. So I had my programming. I had to go get my workouts in, and so very similar to CrossFit, Hyrox has an affiliate map. So you can go on their website and see who is an affiliate, and then you can go check out that gym. So I found the closest one to where my hotel was, and I did their day pass, which was, you know, on par with us, $25. And I get to the facility. It's a nice gym. I don't want to mention them because I don't want this coming off bad at them, because it's not bad at them. It's at the end of this discussion, it'll be holding Hyrox accountable. Is I get to this facility, and it's a beautiful CrossFit gym. It's a CrossFit gym is what it is.
Are they also a CrossFit affiliate?
They are a CrossFit affiliate, correct. And it looks like a CrossFit gym. It does not look like a Hyrox gym.
Yeah.
If you've done both,
those are different things.
You can see the difference. The biggest difference is you're probably not going to have turf in a CrossFit gym. And that's probably where the difference, like the main visual difference ends. But some equipment is going to be missing. And this was my case. I had a sled workout, and this gym did not have a sled. I had sandbag lunges, and they did not have sandbags.
Any sandbags?
Any sandbag did not have a single. They had like the big Rogue ones,
like the big heavy ones,
the
like
big heavy ones, but like way too heavy for what I'm doing.
Sure.
In a different shape. So, fine. I adjust. I end up using dumbbells. I find another gym. I switch my workouts around. I'm like, okay, I found another one. On their pictures, they have turf. I'm like, oh, they definitely have sleds. So I get there, and they only have one sled. Same thing, no sandbags. And again, they're a Hyrox affiliate. They are not a CrossFit affiliate. They are just a functional fitness gym that offers Hyrox training, but no sandbags and only one sled. So I was able to do my sled workout.
Okay.
And then I used dumbbells for my lunges. Perfectly fine. But the moral or the point I want to get to is it's not fair to customers, in my opinion. If you're looking for like, hey, I want to do a Hyrox race. I want to start training Hyrox. I find a Hyrox affiliate on Hyrox's website. That should be a place where you should be able to cover the full training.
Yeah.
Now, we all agree that running is the most important. So I'd even like, hey, why are you partnering with F45 who has no programmed running in their workouts?
Seems like a cash grab.
Seems like a cash grab. And then all these other affiliates, there's no accountability being held over them to like, hey, if you're going to be a Hyrox affiliate, you at least need to supply very similar equipment. You don't need to have the center equipment that we use in the races, but you need to have a sled. You need to have a sandbag. You need to have a wall ball. You need to have a set of kettlebells.
A rower.
A ski. Like,
Did they have a ski?
They did have, both places did have skis.
Okay.
They did have skis. One place had one runner, but the other, you can run outside. So I can't say what their programming is like. But what I believe is happening is Hyrox don't listen to this because it's going to cost us more money. I think their affiliation fee is...
Don't worry, they weren't.
The affiliation fee is so low.
Right.
That, and again, this is gyms that are doing this. You're doing the right thing by affiliating because it's such a low price, and Hyrox is what's hot right now. You're now able to market that you offer Hyrox.
Yep.
You're able to be on their affiliate map. All those good things that come with being a Hyrox affiliate at a very low cost. But then you're not being held to any standard of what you offer in terms of product and then in terms of what you offer as in equipment and actual accessibility to being better at Hyrox.
Yeah, we talked about that in an earlier episode, right? And there's really only other... That's happening right here in our city because we went through the Axio Charlotte article with the top Hyrox gyms in town, which we were included on. But only 3 of which, including us, actually had language on their website that said they did Hyrox, actually had some resemblance of a community and a program that focused on Hyrox, and then also had the necessary equipment. I think all of them probably had the equipment, to be honest, which is not as bad as what you walked into. Yeah. But I agree. I think when the barrier to entry is so low, that's low enough. It's just cheap marketing with how popular it is right now. I mean, we've seen a good return on investment, I think.
Yeah, it's been great for us. And then you see, it's easy to see people put out there on social media how much they spend on marketing. And when they're spending $3,000 a month on marketing, $100, $130 a month to be an affiliate, like that's
relatively low.
That's relatively low.
Yeah, no, for sure. So a lot of it is just, hey, we're going to add this thing, get you in the door. We're not necessarily doing Hyrox. That's kind of problem. I think that's a bigger problem. So CrossFit, this is going to be great.
Yeah,
later
I can't
here,
wait.
right? CrossFit is like anything and everything, right? That's the whole point. So it'd be really difficult to have anything and everything. Like, you can't have a pool in a CrossFit gym. You know, like it's just not gonna, or if you do, that's awesome. I want to see what that gym looks like. Yeah. But you get my point. Is it's infinitesimal amount of movements and modalities potentially. We have the core ones, obviously, and that's how CrossFit gyms are shaped. Yep. Hyrox is known. There's 8 stations and running. So like even to maybe cut F45 a break, like you can run outside. Yeah. So, but they have every other piece. Yeah. Every other station inside the F45. So you could work every movement and then go do your favorite run club with your friends. Yeah, that's a perfect way to train. Maybe you're going to Track Tuesdays with the No Fit Run Club over at the track. But then you're done. Yeah. You can't say that you're training whatever Like I can't. All right, guys, I'm going to start a football club, an American football club, and we're going to meet inside this gym, and we're going to use a baseball.
You could
do that.
You could do that.
You could do that. Like this gym did that.
Yeah. And I thought about what you said too with it being CrossFit, how I was thinking about, okay, when I owned a CrossFit gym and worked at that gym before that, it was such a small space. And I was like, did we have everything? But like, you can't have everything. But we did, like we had 2 sets of rings because in the open, there's going to be muscle ups. And CrossFit did a pretty good job of like letting you know what you're going to need.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember the first year that like they introduced dumbbells, they're like, hey, you're going to need dumbbells. Because like a lot of, like, I don't think we had dumbbells at the time. So we bought dumbbells to be prepared for that.
Very
open.
few, I think.
Yeah. So it's like, I think they told you what weights were going to be in the open.
Right.
And so like, okay, now we have time to get these dumbbells and be prepared.
Yeah. They've done a good job scaling that as much as possible.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know. It's just.
But the sport's known.
The sport's known. I think it's.
You know exactly what you're going to do every single race. So.
And it's only, I don't say it's only, I mean, it's 7 pieces of equipment. I guess you can call it 9 because of the men's and women's weight. But like it's.
Yeah, it's even a burpee broad jump, so you don't even need.
There you go. That's
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and so that's just. I think it's only unfair to potential clients, because I guess their argument would be like, hey, it's up to the client to do their research and see if the gym is actually going to get them to where their goals are.
Yeah, but be better.
Yeah,
be better, Hyrox. Demand more. Be buck the trend of. Hey, we're going to let the market figure it out. Like, be better. Like, you don't need to be, it doesn't need to be a gym that has, 10 lanes of sled stuff with like the turf that they like, the center turf or anything.
And turf is expensive.
Turf is super expensive. So that's pretty prohibitive.
Yeah.
Right? I get that. But yeah, make sure they've got sleds. Make sure they've got, it'd be as easy as when you do the affiliate application, hey, take a picture of each of these pieces of equipment and just fucking show us that you have that.
Yeah, I like that.
Because you wouldn't even need to necessarily have the weights,
right?
Or standardize. That's fine. But
I think I'd be happy with that. And it's even just one, one to like, hey,
and somebody's gonna need. I mean, God, I hope somebody is reviewing the applications and like approving them and looking at that. maybe it's an AI thing, but I was gonna say, fuck, even AI could. Recognize a photo. It's like, yep, that is ski erg. That's actually not that hard. So, and that'll have a cost, either a human or a computer doing that. So up the costs, the minimum amount necessary to accommodate for that, and you'll have a better product. You'll get more money. And you'll have a better product.
Yes, a win-win.
Yeah, it's great for everybody.
Yeah. Okay, that's my rant for the day.
All right, Chris and I were doing a silly conversation, and so that's going to reflect into our rankings here, and we're going to talk about it. And it's really like this is where we are very interested in our niche audience's feedback for this.
Yes,
we have mostly Hyroxers and Olympic weightlifters who listen to this. I don't really think anybody outside of those worlds, honestly.
Yeah, I think before we get into this, I think we should I would encourage everyone listening to grab a notepad, take notes, and I want you to comment what your list is after this to see where we agree or disagree.
For sure. So we were thinking about, and these are fitness specific,
yes,
or fitness industry things. So, we tried to stay away from sports, and you could even probably argue that, okay, weightlifting is an Olympic sport, so maybe it's its own sport, but it really exists in this gym fitness world.
Yeah, and I'd even argue that 80% of Olympic sports could fall into this list.
could just be fitness related. So yeah, there's no ball sports here or anything. So keep that in mind. We tried to come up with 10 competitive. Every one of these things has a competition format. And all of them pretty much only exist if you go to a gym that trains, in this, let's say, functional sort of style, whatever.
Yeah, that's a great way to word it.
Okay.
Do you want to describe what our spectrum scale is?
Yeah. So we kind of rank them. So if 10 is the worst, okay, and worst means it really just means it's the silliest. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the worst sport or anything like that. We're not gonna. Well, maybe number 10 is, but
10's pretty bad.
10's pretty bad. There's one person who might listen to this who's involved with that. We'll see. We'll find out.
I think I know who you're talking about.
But really, for all intents and purposes, it's the spectrum, the absolute, just the silliest thing with probably the least amount of athletic value.
Yep.
And then all the way down to number 1, which will be like, of this group, the least silly with the most overall athletic value.
Correct. And I think all 10 have a certain amount of silly in them.
And all 10 have a certain amount of athletic in them.
Correct.
Absolutely.
And so like it can be if it's very silly and very unathletic, it's going to be towards the back. If it's very athletic and very silly, it's probably going to pull it in the middle.
Yep.
So like that's how our ranking system's going to work.
So that spectrum in mind, here are the 10, competitive fitness trends that we've got. So 1 is strongman, the sport.
This is in no order. This is
not in any order. This is not a ranking. These are just the 10. How we thought of them.
Okay.
Right. Strongman and strong woman, powerlifting, weightlifting, Highland Games. And if you don't know what that is, we'll explain it. CrossFit, Hyrox, kettlebell sport, OCR, that's obstacle course racing, any Spartan race, Tough Mudder, any of those, all kind of grouped into one thing. Then we just did running, racing. We're saying marathon, 5K, 10K, half. All of that, just run sport, is one thing. And we rounded it out with grid. I think we were just searching for a number 10.
We needed the 10th one.
But we needed something in this world, and I really couldn't think of another one. I did think of Moss wrestling, but I thought that was like too niche, and it's more of like a physical combat sport.
Yeah.
So what's cool about these, none of these are like physical against another person.
Correct.
So I think that's a good definer of them. Like football, we're physically imposing our will on somebody else. Wrestling, you're doing that.
Zero contact in all of these.
In strongman, there were elements where that actually did happen when they had like tug of war and pull push, but that's largely out of the sport. So most of these are just about like you are competing and you're competing against other people, but it's about you displaying your mastery of that skill while they are doing it instead of like trying to hurt somebody, I guess, for lack of a better term. All right, so that's our grouping. Right now, pause this episode, create your rankings.
Yeah, but don't let us influence you.
Don't let us influence.
Take those 10.
Yeah, if we need to run them back, maybe we'll put it in the description. Young Harv. Young Harv has never been so disinterested in an episode we're doing. Like this.
Getting more interested now.
Okay. She's like, we're done with the rant part. We're done with Tylenol. Like, I'm sick of it. It's Harv's fault because she didn't vote, but it's fine. All right. So those are your 10. Make your 10. And now we're going to start.
All right, now we're back. Welcome back.
Okay.
Well, we had like a Tylenol commercial right there.
Yeah. Hey, see if we can get sponsored by Tylenol. It's probably really cheap, right?
Put in my notes to cut at 38.
It's probably really cheap now. Right?
It's got to be.
Like getting an ad, but like, Or like we would make a lot of money because they're hurting.
They're hurting.
They're hurting. Like, get Tylenol in here.
Dude, we got you.
Yeah. Okay. Make it happen. All right.
Thanks, Earls.
Number 10. Do you want the honors?
I would love the honors.
Go ahead.
So the most silly sport of all time with the least amount of athleticism. God, I'm going hard on this. Like, they even have to put sport in their name. Kettlebell sport.
I'm not sure it's called that. I'm pretty sure it's called that. But yeah, that's what we felt is the silliest.
Because and I know nothing about this. I've only seen videos. So like, I'm so ignorant on this, but my opinion is so strong.
A lot of this is us Monday morning quarterbacking with not a lot of knowledge.
100%.
I guess we have a lot of knowledge on some of these. Kettlebell sport, we definitely have the least knowledge of.
Yeah, but my understanding is they do one movement for minutes, multiple minutes.
Yes.
And get as many reps as they can.
Correct.
And every video I see, they look like very athletic individuals just moving a kettlebell nonstop with a lot of stopping, actually.
It looks very silly. I think the silliest part about it for me is actually just the aesthetics. Like it's on a mini platform. Like if weightlifting and powerlifting have like a full-size platform, it's on a mini platform because they don't need a lot of space, but they decided to build a platform for it. And you stay on there and you do, whether it's the snatch, the clean, I think the clean and press or the clean and jerk. I don't know entirely about it, but like you do one of those movements and it's a muscular endurance test. Yeah. So there's a cap of time and you are doing it for max reps in that one movement.
And then like, and this isn't knocking it. Like, it's fine. If you enjoy it, do it, whatever. But, like, there's zero athleticism to it.
I don't know if there's zero.
Dude, they don't move. Their feet are so glued to the ground. They never take a step. They never cut, change direction, jump.
Listen. People on the internet told me that I'm not allowed to talk about kettlebells being the most effective way to train. So you better be careful.
Stop. I can't.
You're kind of locked in. So of the movements we got, I guess, when we get to running, that'll be what, because you're only running.
Right.
Yeah. You're kind of locked into just one energy system here.
Correct.
You're locked into one movement pattern, one plane. Like, I know there are 3 different movements, but like not really.
Yeah.
Like they're a little bit of variation. It's a little technical.
That's more than just 2 movements.
But it's that.
Keep that locked in.
Keep your fucking mouth shut. But you're moving only in one plane. It's a relatively lower barrier of entry. I know they have standardized weights.
Yep.
In different. So like I bet at the elite levels, it's like a weight that would be difficult for.
I would assume like the 70 pounders.
A regular person. I think it's usually a 2-pood. Yeah. So.
Yeah. The weights are in poods. Like that adds more silly. And I know, please, kettlebell people, do not challenge me to that. You will smoke me. I get that.
We'll definitely get smoked at their sport.
100%.
Yeah, no question.
So, and it's not even like a, hey, barbells are superior argument, which they are. It's not that argument at all. It's just so silly.
Yeah, we're coming in last here because it's the silliest.
Yeah.
And it's the silliest and has the least amount of, I guess we'll say, overall athleticism.
Correct.
Right?
In our opinions.
In our opinions.
Yeah.
Like,
It's our list.
there's not a diverse array of skills being trained. Like,
Nope.
you're just good at muscular endurance.
Yep.
And you're really just good in one plane of movement.
Yep.
Honestly, even though your full body is working. That's the cool thing about kettlebell movements.
Yep.
They're always compound in a full body movement. But it's really silly.
Very silly.
All right. Do you want me to take the next one?
Yeah, because your friend's going to get mad at you.
He can do it. He didn't listen to this. Coming in at number 9 was Grid or Grid League or any of the above.
If I'm being honest, I can't believe it's still a thing.
It's mostly because of the silliness. Right. Like, that it's a thing that exists.
Yeah. Like speaking of who buys tickets to watch.
It's crazy to me that there are sponsors. Not against our friends who do that and do get sponsored to compete on these teams. That's amazing. Tom specifically, like the team sponsor. It looks like the league is sponsored by Olipop, like the beverage company.
Okay.
We're not sponsored by Olipop.
That's a silly name, though.
USA Weightlifting isn't sponsored by Olipop. Like the whole fucking organization, not just like me or you or Harley or whatever.
USAW has some silly sponsors.
We're going to rank USAW silly sponsors. I can't do that. I'm a super good fired
You're
for that.
not allowed to say, cut that.
I cannot. No, keep that in. Keep, even that I'm being a respectful employee. But it seems there's a lot of different skills in Grid. Mm-hmm. They have they have generalists and specialists. So it kind of is a spectrum of
that. I didn't think about that when first. That kind of hurts it because you, as a team member, you typically just do your specialty. So that reduces your athleticism.
Yeah. So I think it's still here and it's appropriate because
I agree.
What I like about Grid, and if you've ever actually seen Grid in person, it is actually exciting to watch because it's like it's a race and it's like head to head. Races for the same workout, essentially. So you'll have 2 barbell specialists doing a ladder and head-to-head. But they do have to do their barbell thing, and they do actually have to sprint and usually change directions, which to me is functionally way more athletic than standing on a mini platform and doing the same movement over and over again.
I think if this list was just athleticism, I think this ranking would actuuld be higher.
It's just that it's so silly.
Because my argument of the silliness is, A, they look like they're on a NASCAR team because there's so many. The uniforms are hideous. They look like dodgeball uniforms. And then every movement, they are trying to find I guess efficient is the proper term, but like the quickest way to do it.
Right. A lot of them aren't the technical correct way.
Correct.
It's the fastest way.
It's the fastest way to get through the movement. It's like, hey, I got 10 reps to do. What is literally the quickest way from point A to point B? Not the most powerful or like where I could do the most weight, or it's just the quickest.
Yeah.
It's like they're cutting their clean short, the extension, just to get under the bar quicker and all that type of stuff.
Yep. The uniforms are kind of silly.
Uniforms are very silly.
A little. So a lot of athletic, especially if you're a generalist, like there's a lot of very successful CrossFitters that they'll kind of be gymnastic or strength biased, but they can do a lot. So like we just feel very silly.
Yeah, and
even though high level athleticism.
It's probably a good thing that it exists. It's probably given some specialist athletes opportunity to make money.
Yeah,
probably not a
definitely
lot, but probably to make some money.
But to do something
do something that they really enjoy. So that's pretty cool.
Yep.
But it looks silly.
All right, I'm gonna let you take 8 because
Yeah.
you felt pretty strongly that it belonged here.
Yeah. So number 8, we decided to put powerlifting. And this isn't just because we are fans of weightlifting. If you've ever been to a powerlifting meet, which I have only been to powerlifting meets adjacent because of they've been held at the same time as a weightlifting meet. And the first one I was ever at was at the Arnold. And there's this gentleman who is a character. His name is not Steve the Pirate.
It's not Steve the Pirate.
But I call him. Is it Dan, actually? I think it's Dan the Pirate.
No, crap. Harley, will you look up his name?
So
it doesn't really matter.
He's a gentleman that dresses as a pirate. He has wings, typically. He's in boots with heels.
Yep.
It's like, cool, it's do your thing. But it's absolute
Gino.
Gino, there it is.
Gino.
Pirate
Right.
Gino. And he's the one that's on the mic announcing. And
he's the MC for
he's the MC.
The whole event, yeah.
And so like when you're like at a weightlifting event where it's like, oh, we're all proper, and then you see Gino, the pirate, just like screaming into a mic with just all the silliness that can come with it. That's why I have encouraged us to be lower on the list.
Powerlifting leans more into the like America fuck yeah like aesthetic where there's fire and like there are always lights and music at bigger powerlifting productions. They usually have a video wall. Oh wait, do we have lights?
No, you didn't. Just where my brain went. It would be too far into politics. I can't talk.
Oh, okay.
Just think about fireworks.
But like the sparkler things in the background, stuff like that. They'll have fog machine. Like I've seen all of that. A lot of stagecraft, a lot of production to accompany Gino's exciting master of ceremonying that he does. So I agree that it's very silly. Mm-hmm. I also agree this is kind of like why I think it belongs here with kettle, close to kettle sport. It's 3 movements.
More than 2.
It is more than 2, which is another thing that we'll have later. But
just keep that in mind.
It does have 3, but they're 3. Again, I feel the sport of powerlifting. The other silly part about it is the amount of federations.
Ooh, that is ridiculous.
There are so many federations, which is very silly. And there are so many divisions between tested and basically they call it untested. It means drugged powerlifting. Let's call it what it is. With all that. So that and the divisions in that is silly. We've hosted powerlifting meets here.
Yeah, but I've avoided the gym on those days.
Both tested and untested. And by far the drugged powerlifting meets are the silliest. Due to the personalities and just to be honest, like complete lack of like empathy and acceptance of human being. Like it's pretty fucking wild. Mm-hmm. Attending a powerlifting meet is an all-day affair because it takes forever.
That was my next complaint.
It takes longer to do a powerlifting meet than it does to complete a marathon, even if you're slow.
Yeah.
Unless you're very, very slow. But it's an all-day thing for 3 movements that are again all in one movement plane. I guess other sports are also in that, but I think they're not to train like a powerlifter is to inherently not train like an athlete. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
Because you're training for, again, as you mentioned about grid, the most efficient way to do the most weight possible, which is not necessarily the best way to apply it in real world circumstances or to express athleticism. The excessive archings of bench, the gear that's applied, like we got, raw and then single ply and then multiply, all these actually just in the last few years, the bench press world record advanced by quite a lot, very, very rapidly overnight. And it was just because a new piece of equipment was produced that allowed them to do more weight. Now, that being said, the idea of holding 1,000 pounds in your hands when you're doing a bench press, and I don't mean picking it up in your hands so that your wrists, they talk about they can feel their bones flexing, like literally flexing because it's just so much weight, is insane.
Yeah.
Like that's a whole another level of like tough and dedication that maybe it doesn't exist in our other sports, a couple of them. But so I'm not denigrating their performance, but it's pretty silly. And I don't think it's necessarily like what I would call peak athleticism.
Yeah, I think the only other thing I would add to that to give more silliness is I think they've tried to implement rules within judging to make it more clear of like if you've hit the standard or not.
Sure.
But I don't think it's worked.
Yeah, it's always a debate, right?
It's always a debate.
And that's part of the issue with the gear and the federations and different, like every fed has different rules of what the standards are.
Right.
There's different equipment they use. Some feds allow for a flexi bendy deadlift bar, which allows you to deadlift more weight.
Right.
Some feds allow you for a really stiff squat bar, which keeps it from whipping so you can control more, which at those loads, probably necessary. But it's so inconsistent. Like, it's not standard. Like, shit, Hyrox is better standardized.
Yeah.
There's only one Hyrox, I guess. But you're going to be more consistent race to race doing that than you would fed to fed or division to division.
Have you seen the turf controversies?
I have seen the turf controversies. But, all right. That was number 8.
That was number 8. Well, we got number 7.
Did you agree with this?
Is that what I think it is? See, 7 and 6, I could.
You could go either way?
Yeah. Excuse me.
Okay. 7 is running sport. So marathon, 5K, 10K.
Yeah, I think the reason I was is how they're a specialist.
Yes.
Like the elite runners are not very good at other stuff.
They're not.
They're so just runners. They're so small, so weak, so frail.
Really? Has an example come out recently of a runner trying to do something other than just running?
Yeah, so actually we had a pro runner.
Okay.
I don't know how pro he is, but like he's a good runner.
I did want to look into what his times were,
Yeah.
his accomplishments.
He is
but he's a paid professional sponsored runner.
He's a legit runner.
Okay.
And he did a Hyrox. He did the open division, so the lighter weights.
Non-pro weights.
Non-pro weights.
Yeah.
And he only beat me by 3 minutes. So 1:14 was his time. And the Hyrox pros, Elite 15, they're doing sub 1 hour at the pro weight.
At weights, he definitely wouldn't be able to do.
Correct. So he was 20 minutes behind them at lighter weights. Now his runs were faster than their runs.
But it didn't matter.
But it did not matter. It took him 7 minutes to do the wall balls. Even Jordy did the wall balls faster than that when he fell apart. Sorry, Jordy. My goal was like sub 4 minutes on wall balls. He did 7 minutes.
Okay.
Like he got demolished by
and
the
with
weights.
how expanded his capacity, his aerobic capacity should be, that he shouldn't really be that fatigued.
Yeah, it wasn't a
when he
fatigue
goes
issue. It
into
was
that.
a strength issue.
Yeah.
Just like he was
And
not strong enough.
that's not a strength movement. So
Correct.
that's concerning.
Very concerning.
But yeah, that's kind of how we ended up here. It is a specialist, so like I guess it depends on the scale. Like the minimum we're going to have here is 5K. There's definitely a big difference between an athlete who's really good at 5Ks and really good at marathons, but they're still only doing one movement.
Yep.
They're generally just endurance specialists. That's what they do. The world record marathon is mind-blowingly fast. It is insane. The speed at which some of these guys can run and maintain it is incredible.
It's like we were actually talking about it at Run Club on Sunday. I was like, my brain wasn't even comprehending like how fast that is. It's like 4 minutes, whatever, a mile for 26 miles.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Like it's insane.
It's insane. So that is very, very impressive. It's a little silly that you can't do wall balls.
Yeah.
It's not a little, it's a lot, actually.
I think the sport of running is not very silly. I think if you only focus on running and not expanding your athleticism,
Yeah.
that's a little silly.
Yeah, so it wasn't a very silly guy. Like, it's because it's not that silly just to...
Like the Boston Marathon's cool as shit.
Yeah.
Like that's cool.
It's not silly in the other ways we've talked about silliness.
Yeah.
It's,
So I think the lack of athleticism.
it's very limited in its athletic application.
Correct.
That's what we're talking
But now,
about.
like, that hybrid rock stars and hybrid athletes are becoming popular.
We'll see.
Maybe
It'll start changing.
Maybe this changes. Maybe the average runner is more athletic.
But we had a tight one here. You want to do the next one?
Yeah, we got the Highland Games. You take a log and flip it over.
It's pretty silly.
you throw a sheep over a fence. Like I don't. What are
It's not a sheep. It's a sheaf.
I didn't even know that.
You use a sheaf technically, but
Is that the stick in the?
yeah, the bag, yeah.
Whatever. Like that is peak silly.
Yeah, I think it's the best example of when you were doing the rankings. Like, it's kind of stuck here in the middle because I think it probably is the silliest. You're wearing kilts.
Yeah. What are they wearing?
It's 2025. We're wearing kilts. Okay, we're out in the middle of the field. People are getting fucking blasted at a Celtic or a Renaissance festival. They're getting hammered, and they're coming and watching dudes flipping logs. It's 2025.
And it's like it has to flip a certain way.
The caber has to score it. Yeah, it has to go.
Like
a certain
that's
direction.
so silly, but they're so athletic.
But they're incredibly athletic. Like the variety, it's mostly throws, and throws are complex and difficult to do. Whether it is heavyweight for distance, whether it's the weight over bar, flipping a log over and doing it perfectly has a very specific technique.
For sure.
Doing sheaf, all of that really, really impressive. And the way that a Highland Games athlete must train to be successful at these specific skills is broad and athletic. So
Correct.
So that is why we kind of ended up middle in the pack. I think I pushed for it to edge out marathon simply because they have to do so many different skills. Could a Highland Games athlete be really good at running? Probably not. No. But could a marathon athlete get any measurable amount of weight over a bar? Definitely not. So, we're very close battle here.
I think this goes to your argument that a Highlands Game athlete could do a marathon. It'd be very, very slow. They could do it though. A marathon athlete cannot do some of the things they do.
Yeah.
Even with time wasn't a factor.
That's where it's the classic, the powerlifter and the runner can run the marathon.
Yep.
But only the powerlifter can pick up the 500 pounds, right?
Yep. So Highland Games technically more silly, but their athleticism
super silly.
Yeah.
All right. Number 5, we put OCRs or Spartan races, all of the above in here. Really challenging, like from an endurance and capacity standpoint. If you want to talk about like I don't know how real world getting electrocuted is mid-race, but all the other things like going over obstacles and having to carry objects, all the obstacles one would face in an obstacle course race are real world applications of your fitness. So very, very athletic and requires like great overall fitness. Pretty silly.
Pretty silly. That's the reason I've never done one of these is because I'm not going to run through electrical wires. I'm not going to pay money to get electrocuted.
I think that's why we ended up.
But that's so dumb. That is the dumb. It's cool to like do the rope climbs, the swings, the over the walls. All that stuff is great. But when you throw like crawling through the mud under barbed wire, and then the running through electrical wire, like I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna do that. That's peak silly.
Yeah, I can't imagine a world where you need to prove that you can swim underwater while getting electrocuted or whatever it is. I can't think, but definitely very athletic and difficult to do. I guess not so difficult because so many people do them.
Yeah, and I guess that's like where you could argue like, okay, elite marathoners or even like, I don't know, like me as a marathoner. Like I've done a marathon.
Yeah.
Like I'm not that silly. I'm pretty just athletic.
How do you think marathoners do at Spartan races?
Exactly. That's, are we taking the elite, the ones that are like very specific, the ones that are running in 2:15s? They probably don't do that great. Actually, you know what? I bet they do great because most Spartan events, very few events are weight, right? They have to carry like a bucket once in a while.
There's not really weight events.
Most of it,
it's mostly the obstacles and moving your body.
Right. So if they have like some grip strength,
yes, definitely,
and they're so light, they'll be fine.
A lot of grip strength and they're very light. Yeah, probably pretty good.
Yeah, so I think they'd crush it.
I'd like to see that. I want to see more runners do Hyrox. I want to see more runners do that.
Yeah, I agree. We need a bigger sample size.
Okay. At number 4, we disagreed.
Strongly.
I'm going to let you go ahead and go.
So at number 4, we have weightlifting. Simply because the silliness factor is how uptight y'all are.
I completely agree.
Like, and that bleeds from competition into training.
For sure.
Where like you're standing in front of me, I can't like. You're fine. Just lift the weight. This is my spot. I need to put my bar here and lay my weights out. But I gotta go warm up for 30 minutes first because if I lift over there, the train's gonna come by and I'm gonna get distracted. I don't know what's going on. Like, why can't we just do the thing? And then the day of events, you all have to wear like a suit and tie, matching outfits with these little patches on them.
Suit and tie?
The ones that are judging, the marshals.
Oh, the judges.
Yeah, you got judges,
Oh,
you got marshals, you got TOs.
So you mean our sport actually has judges, unlike other sports?
I digress.
Okay.
But anyway, it's just over the top. You don't need to dress like that.
No, you could just dress like a referee, like every other sport.
Exactly. Why
Yep,
can't we
that'd probably be fine.
Put some zebra stripes on them. They'd look better.
Okay.
So there's that. The athleticism is fairly high, but actually, okay. I think, sorry, Kane, if you're part of this. Remember I think it was Worlds last year. Did he do Worlds last year?
Yes.
Is that the one that had the ramp where they were all like stumbling up and down their ramp, like to get to the platform?
I honestly don't remember the Bahrain ramp, so I couldn't tell you.
There was a ramp at one of the events.
But people were actually tired.
Specifically the supers, watching them go up and down the ramp was hilarious. They were struggling. So the athleticism is going to be limited, especially at the extreme ends of the weight classes. Probably middle of the road people are probably going to be pretty athletic. But they train in such a specific manner, within a little box. They're like, how athletic are you? Like, you're powerful, you're explosive. Like, you probably jump really well and stuff like that, but like, you're going to run a 400 meters and you're going to be gassed for coaching that evening.
Yeah, I don't know who would do that. My legs were shaking. Shaking. I ran a whole I warmed up and I ran a whole 100 for people who don't know, like a max effort 100. I PR'd my miles per hour, which is great.
It's great.
Just for the record, it's a whole 1.5 miles per hour, now faster than Chris. Okay. I'm just telling you what the facts are, Chris. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. And then I ran a 400 meter, not well. But it was like a max effort for me. And I was like, I felt fine after that. I really hate that runner for anything long distance.
Agreed.
I'm going to try to do a track 400 and see what that is instead. But my legs
Did you just call
smoked.
400 distance? Like a long distance?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
I hate it. Like, I think it has a great application for hundreds.
Yeah.
And a great, probably pretty slow, like tempo-ish style run. Like probably where you're running your pacing.
Yeah.
But for me, and maybe it's just like I'm unskilled with it. It's probably what it is right now, is to do it at like the good 400 meter pace is not happening.
It's challenging to hold a pace.
It's challenging to keep that there. Like I kept going back and forth, like swinging a minute plus or minus, of like the pace I was trying to hold. So anyway, to your point, we don't have a very good aerobic base in weightlifting. What I love about weightlifting is it's a completely full body movement. Mm-hmm. It is a powerful movement, and unlike most of the things we've already talked about, probably has the greatest mobility requirements of all of them. So there's strength, stability, and mobility through the greatest range of motion, probably of everything on here. Not probably, absolutely.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
So when I think about those pieces of athleticism, and obviously our weightlifters train different than maybe all other weightlifters. So we are doing other styles of training. Mm-hmm. We are doing plyometric movements. We are doing change direction movements. We're doing our accessories. Even now, one time a week, they're doing zone 2 cardio. That does not mean they would be good at running a kilometer multiple times. Absolutely not. But I think to be a successful weightlifter, you do have to do a lot of those. And that's why I disagree. I put weightlifting at 3. Can't disagree with the silliness and the uptightness. It's very silly. We wear a singlet.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that part.
You forgot the singlet. We wear a singlet. It's kind of silly.
It's a leotard.
It's really like the uptightness of judging that is from gymnastics.
Yes.
So like I think it's like that's so weird because gymnastics is much more artistic and about executing these theoretical perfect things, whereas weightlifting's much more objective. Like, did you lift the weight or not? So it kind of feels strange to be held to that artistic standard.
Yes.
While we're just demonstrating our strength and power.
I do hate the press. I understand why the rule's there. If you don't look up the history of it, it makes sense why it was there originally. But like, it doesn't need to be there.
Doesn't need to be there now.
Doesn't need to be there now. Like, did you get it from the ground to overhead in the snatch? Cool. Did you do ground, shoulders, overhead, clean and jerk? Yes.
Another dunk on the press out rule. Shouldn't be there. But I'm putting weightlifting 3 because my number 4 is Hyrox.
One last dunk on it is back to the singlets. The people that wear the ridiculous singlets with like, masters, don't kick me out of the group chat. I still love y'all. But like, I don't want to call anybody out. I don't want to, there are some ridiculous singlets that have stuff all over them. Sparkles, all these different colors, animal faces all over the place. And I love animals, but like, what are we doing? Can we just wear normal clothes?
What I was going to lead with on Hyrox is the silliest shoes you'll find anywhere. Sillier than any marathon, I think. I think there's no greater variation in
We're talking
color.
about shoes?
Yeah.
Y'all shoes.
Y'all's shoes are silly.
At least we can walk in them.
They're flamboyant. Can you? I don't know. I don't know that what I see people do in those shoes is I call walking.
I've seen one person wear weightlifting shoes in public.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with them. They weren't a weightlifter.
We talked about how silly it was.
It was very silly.
It was very silly. Now, if you saw someone wear running shoes out in public,
If I saw a Hyroxer out with their shoes in public, I'd be like, what are you doing? Did you just get your workout finished?
Dude, I do hate the Pumas that say Hyrox across them.
They're just silly. There's more cushion. I feel like there's more cushion on Hyrox shoes than there are on marathon shoes.
No,
that might not be true.
I will agree. Okay, people that are buying, this is going to help your point. People that are buying carbon-plated shoes,
Yes.
to run an hour and a half or
That's
2 hour.
That's a trend I'm seeing.
It's
yeah.
$300 for a pair of shoes, and the carbon plate only lasts like 100 kilometers. I don't even know what it is, but it's ridiculous. Like, don't do that. Don't buy carbon-plated shoes. Just don't.
But great points about Hyrox is you have to have, like, it might be the hardest sport percentage of heart rate, like max heart rate, throughout the duration. Like, that might be, so it's incredibly difficult. It requires several different skills. They're mostly endurance skills, but they do have to do some other things and move their body in some other ways. So it's not like marathon or racing or anything like that. And there's a strength component. All those things are great. The reason I think Hyrox is sillier than weightlifting is we've hosted how many simulations? 3?
I think we're either 3 or 4. We've done 4 now.
Okay. We've hosted 4 simulations. And what I'm going to say about those simulations, I can never say about any weightlifting meet I've ever been to. While people are doing a Hyrox, I've never seen people look more miserable in their entire life doing any other sport. And I mean that about marathons. I mean that about powerlifting. Like, I'm just watching them. And for an hour to an hour and a half, they are so upset.
So upset.
So upset. Everybody, and it's everybody, even the fit people are like, oh my God. And it's just because of how high of a percentage of max heart rate they're at. They're really tired.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult. And then they're like finished like, oh my God, that was the best thing. It's worse than like that first time you saw someone do CrossFit and you watch Fran. It's like doing Fran for an hour to an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it's like. So it's like, that to me is the silliest part. It's like, why would you subject yourself to feeling that way for that expended amount of time? Any weightlifting meet I've ever gone to, it's just people having a good time. Unlike powerlifting meets, having a good time, smiling and enjoying each other. And there are people that like get way too upset.
Yeah.
Whether that's sad or angry. Like, there are those people, but that is legitimately the minority.
Yeah.
Like, not people are like me or something like that, but most people are there. Like, I see more smiles than I do. Whereas during Hyrox, I see very, very upset faces for the bulk of the competition.
Yeah, they do.
I got you. Got him. So that's why I feel, because like that feels silly to me. Like,
Yeah.
like if the sport is being upset for extended period of time,
They're not upset. They're not upset.
They're
definitely uncomfortable.
They definitely are. That to me is sillier than like the satisfaction and feeling that I see and I know from weightlifting.
I see upset like when me and Sarah did the one together. Like,
Yeah.
she looks upset the whole
That's what I'm saying.
She
No,
looked
dude, it's everybody. I'm telling you, I've come out here for all of them and I've watched, and I'm like, even the guys that like are really, really fit guys,
Yeah.
they are having a bad time. Like,
Yeah, because you're pushing yourself.
and then you know what? They keep doing it. So
Yeah.
they must be enjoying themselves.
It's
Like,
type 2 fun.
Yeah, it's some kind.
Okay, so we disagree on those.
Number
But
2.
Number 2, we put Strongman here. I think it's very similar to Highland Games, but the events, A, you get to wear normal clothes. B, it's a wider test of athleticism. So I think the event you described to us was where they had to carry the 50 kilo.
If I remember right, it was a 50 kilo weight, like pack.
Yeah.
And they had to do a 400 meter run.
Dude, you know, like rucking. Dude, we should have put rucking on here.
Oh, we should have done rucking.
Because that's in style right now.
It's sillier than kettlebell. So anyway, strongman is pretty silly at the highest level. I'll say that. Like there's a lot of drugs in it. There's a lot of different feds again.
Yep.
The where I think we talked about the most, like the events are silly. Like you're moving a fridge.
Yeah.
You're picking up a car.
Carrying a car
like,
in circles.
Yeah,
like, on the,
like that's silly. Or like doing like the Conan's wheel, like push.
Yeah.
That's all. So there's
the special rock that's shaped in ways.
Yes.
Dude, this might.
We might have to rethink this.
We have to rethink this.
It might be a little,
Might
but
be too hot.
I felt really strongly about the athletic. So all strongmen have to be able to change direction really well and move through space. Otherwise, you won't get very far in strongmen. All strongmen actually, I'm not saying they're good runners or endurance athletes, but they have to have actually a minimum level of endurance because strongman competitions take course over several days.
Right.
Usually. They're usually a 2-day event and you have to recover. You have to have the ability to recover from really hard efforts from that. So there's a minimum component of that. And then and they have to do a lot of skills. They have to do basically all the throw skills a Highland athlete has to have and the technique for that. And every implement, by the way, has its own technique and its own skill that you have to figure out. That's actually some of the best strongman athletes aren't necessarily the strongest people.
Yep.
They were able to figure out how to make that implement work the best. But yeah, they really do. They are the original, like, ready for anything with a strength bias.
Yeah.
As opposed to our number one thing that we're going to talk about.
And even like when they do, like they'll do like presses, but like with the axle bar. So like they're doing weightlifting, but more challenging versions.
Yeah, So I feel strongly about strongman being pretty high. I think it's a lot of covering a lot of the pieces of the other sports while having to do it incredibly difficultly. So,
and then that brings us to the winner,
to numero uno.
Number one. We agreed on this.
Yeah, it's very clear.
CrossFit. The only thing you can say is if we talk about silly factor, it's silly how they can't get their shit together and just like have one qualification process and just keep it the same.
That's the silliest part.
That's silly.
Your sport is silly in that it's never the same.
Never the same.
Yeah.
So like that's an issue. It's silly. I don't even think kipping is silly. Like people hate on like it's not silly. It's a gymnastics movement. It's a way to show your work capacity. The events, it's a wide range. They're doing like mini triathlons on day one.
It's insane. Yeah.
And then they go do max effort clean and jerks the next day, or even the same day.
Multiple days, again, like strongman, but high volume stuff.
Yeah.
That they have to recover from.
And they've even done like some of the my favorite events are those sprints where like we're on the field and like they do like the cone drills. I don't know exactly the run they do, but they have to run and cut and run back. Like some of those are so fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like Dan Bailey. Was it Dan Bailey that was the
Oh, he was a track athlete.
Yeah,
he smoked everybody.
Smoked those.
Yeah, he
fun.
showed him what a real athlete looks
And then
like.
his biceps are just like freaking massive. So
it's just very clear. Sorry. There's some silliness to it, but you got to be good at everything.
yeah.
So in our fitness industry trends / sports, that's our ranking. Silliest to most athletic.
A CrossFitter could go do every single one of these and be semi-competitive. High end. Maybe not marathon, but they could do a sub 3 hour marathon. Some of them.
The strength specialist one, like the strongman and the powerlifting will be the hardest.
Yeah.
Only because they're not necessarily specialist, but they'll be great. They'll be able to do them, no
Right.
problem, and they'll be competitive.
Yeah.
They just won't like be as elite in the strength, just like they won't be as elite in the marathon. But they will.
Correct.
They will absolutely be able to do it.
They'll be
survive it.
be above average on everything.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Highland Games might be the thing they're not because the throws are so specific. So they'll have to learn that. But okay. Well, we ranted for a good hour there, so
Yeah,
I think we can shut it down.
Yep. Well, post your list.
Yeah, post your list, guys. We want to know.
I want to know how far off.
This was fun to discuss and argue about, even if it's only theoretical. And so we can let Frank know that Hyroxes are more athletic than marathon runners.
100%.
Yep. All right. See you guys.
Bye, guys.